What's up, dudes and girls? We're here in the gym with Lewis, and we got phase 3 going on. Today's lower body, 3x3, 3 sets of 3 repetitions, going 90% of 1 rep max. So he just yesterday did upper body. Now we're doing lower body. First exercise is gonna be front squats. We already got his weight ready on the bar. The good thing at this point is that we've done these weights enough where we can easily calculate what kind of weight he's gonna be at his percentages. So first phase was 85%, second phase was more hypertrophy with 75% of 1 rep max, and now this phase is gonna be 90% of 1 rep max. And a lot of these exercises are gonna be the same. So the first phase, he's already done front squats, so he kind of knows the general form function. He's already done 85% of his 1 rep max, so now we can easily calculate what his 90% should be. And he's hitting about 125 pounds or so at this point, and we're gonna put him on here for 3 repetitions. He's already done his warm-ups, already done mobility, so he's ready to go, and we're gonna get him right to it. Oops, technical issues. We had a little bit of a memory card problem. It was full, so we had to delete some footage, and now we're back on track. So Lewis performed his first set at about 125 pounds. Now that was pretty easy, which is okay. So this is kind of adjustments that you have to make. We did the calculations, and now him performing the first set, we saw that the weight was a little bit easy, so now we went up in weight. He's taking a nice big break. He's got some water. He's ready to go, as you can tell. He's pumped, he's fucking ready. Look how focused he is. Man, hell yeah, look at that. Look at that face, always. That's Louis' term. This is like, always. Okay, here we go. Set number 2. We can do 3 sets. His form is looking good. Yep, nice comfortable right at the nape of the neck there. He's doing the cross section here. Step back not too far. There we go. A little bit of a wider stance there. You're gonna squat between your legs, keep that nice vertical torso. Keep those elbows nice and high. And here we go, down and good. Deep breath. There we go, good. 2, here we go. Down all the way, come on. That's it. Excellent. Yeah. What's your take, Lewis? How you feeling?
Good.
Big Louis. I mean, he's making gains, bro. I mean, this weight's already going up. Now, this is awesome kind of progress you're kind of gonna see here. So starting out, he's doing about 95 pounds on the front squat. He's already jumped up to 135 pounds. It's also too, in the beginning stages, sometimes you're not too comfortable with the form of the exercise. You're not really confident in the lift itself. So you might usually go a little bit lighter and not push yourself to 100% quite yet. So you'll see these pretty big jumps, leaps and bounds in the beginning, because as you get more comfortable with the exercise, it's not only the strength is gonna go up, it's just your comfort level, so you're gonna feel more confident with it. So Lewis is getting more confident, as you can tell. So we might go up a little bit more too, just so that way on that 3rd rep, he's really pushing hard, and we might even add a 4th set. Sorry, Lewis. Okay. Just because the first one was a little too easy. It was like more of a warm-up. Here's Lewis's log here. We're tracking his weights to make sure he's on track, he's gaining strength, and as things get adjusted, you'll see you can make little adjustments from here and there. So front squat started with 135. Now we've gone up to 155 for his next set. We're gonna do 2 more sets at this weight to make sure he's really hitting that 90% max. And on that 3rd repetition, he's hitting that fatigue point. It's gonna be a lot harder there. So we're just gonna make this note real quick, the 155 on the last 2 sets, just to make sure we're keeping track. And that way, when you're progressing, and when you're going through a program, that you can look back on it and make sure you are progressing. So the problem is when you're not tracking stuff, you might be like, oh shoot, what did I do? I did maybe 135 there. This phase is, okay, I'll just do 135. It feels pretty good. Mentally, you're not gonna feel like you're progressing because you don't even know if you are or not. Physically, you might feel like you are, but you're not. So it's always good to kind of track it down, much like your food too. His calories, Lewis he's got his phone. We gave him a notepad, but he likes electronics, and yeah, there we go. Yeah, he doesn't like the old school, you know, writing it down. He wants the phone, which is a lot easier. So he's got his phone. We're gonna check it out. So he's writing all his food down, his calories. Another great way to see your progress, making sure you're always on track. So calories, weights, boom, in the books. Set number 3. Let's do it. Yes, that's it. Now we're getting it. Here we go. Good, Liz. Come on, whoosh. Ready, keep those knees out. There we go, deep breath. Knees out, up, up, up. Excellent, good. There we go, much better. Maybe not for Lewis, but it was much better in the long run because he's pushing his body to the limits. The 90% 1 rep max, it needs to feel that way. And Lewis, it feels about 90% 1 rep max now, exactly. The problem is when you're hitting 90% 1 rep max, 90% one rep, I mean, 1 rep max is like 1 rep and you're done. That's all you can get. You can't get another one. So when you're only doing 3 repetitions, it feels like that third one should be pretty much that's the last one you should get. So this is the exact weight Lou should stay with at this point, which is 155 pounds. We're gonna do one more set, just because the first one's a little easy. We're just kind of getting the feel of it. And he's gonna get a nice break, 2 to 3 minutes. Make sure he recuperates, so that way on this next set, he's 100% again and go all 3. That was the end of, oh, I see, it goes up, yeah. Okay, so, all right, man. We're getting it. Check this out. This is all cracked. What happened? You got drunk and dropped it? Yeah. So as you can tell, not quite doing the calories yet. You start doing on the last one there. 3 pancakes, 410 calories, 3 eggs, 230. Is that what that, is that
yeah.
right? Yeah, okay. And step by step, baby steps, right?
Yeah.
Baby Lewis, baby
Getting
steps,
there.
it makes sense, right? Getting there. Yeah, what's your phrase?
What phrase?
You know, your phrase, Lewis's phrase.
Always?
Always. He's always getting there. He's always, he even knows his phrase. Oh yeah. Here we go. Strong, baby. Come on, let's go. Leg stance. There we go. All right, keep those knees out, remember? Up between the legs. And down. That's it. Up, up, up. Good. Deep breath. Really tight. That's it. Come on, come on. I got you. Ready? Down, all the way, all the way. Come on, come on. That's it. Come on, that's it. You. Good. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. If you're making that noise after the set, you ain't doing it right. Ugh. Always. Always. Back is like really rigid. Exactly, yeah. All in the hamstrings. Bring it down. Almost use just your legs as a guide. And then bring it down. And feel like you're extending in your back, like here, like arching, as you're bending down. Try to arch your back as you're doing it. There we go. See, feel that deep stretch? Yeah. It's kind of an easy way to keep in mind when you're doing it, like you're arching your back, and that'll help keep your back straight. Rather than if you're like, oh, rigid back, you know, and sometimes you don't even know if it's rigid or not, but it's actually flexing, because you're like, oh, it feels rigid. But if you're like kind of trying to arch your back as you're doing it, that'll always make sure your back's straight, especially on these ones.
Okay.
Yeah, that, down, stretch, good. So this weight will be heavy, but I don't feel like it's gonna be the 90% 1 rep max that it should be, but I'd rather start a little bit lighter than the 90%. So we'll just get you step up here. Now the stance is gonna be hip width, the grip's slightly outside, maybe just about leg, but again, yeah, just using it as the guide here. And yeah, you can pretty much have that bar against yourself and just guide it down your legs and try to hit that knee level. Feel that nice deep stretch of the hamstrings, and then pull it back up through hip extension. There we go, nice and slow. Neutral chin, there we go. Down, stretch, good, and then back up, extend. There we go, yep, nice and slow. Good. So we'll start, instead of bending your knees at the start, bend the hips, and then you can slightly bend your knees if you need to, yeah. So hips first, push the hips, there we go. Now start bowing forward. There we go, up, down, good. So start, yep, bow forward. No, we'll keep going, just light. There we go. There we go, stretch, and then up, stand, good. One more, there we go. One sec, side adjustment. All right, Liz, yeah. So instead of getting into a position like this, push the hips back first. There we go, yeah. So that's, at the beginning, the hips go back first. There we go, and then the knees slightly bent. Perfect, all right, moving right. Nice. So this all should be, it's all, hips start coming back. So imagine like you're getting on your heels. So if your heels, like someone's pushing you back here, like someone shoved you this way. So hips start. So instead of bending and then doing this, hips first, and the knees are just slightly bent like this, but stationary, right? Okay. So instead of straight, like locked out, which is straight leg deadlifts, these are Romanian, so they're just gonna be slightly bent but stationary. So instead of bending them down, you're just keeping them slightly bent, but it's all in the hips and bowing forward, like that. But other than that, look good. Move up a little bit, just to make you feel that heavier weight. And this is really isolating the hamstrings and working on your flexing in the hips and then extending in the hips. So A lot in the posterior chain, which is gonna be the hamstrings, the glutes, lower back. Walk too far away, that's fine. Yep, just right there is good. Right. There we go. Bow down. That's it. Perfect. Extension, squeeze, good. Good. Exhale. Nice deep breath. Last one. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. Good. Nice work. As you can tell, Lewis is not quite hitting the 3 rep, the 90% max. We're still trying to figure his weight out at this point. Like I said before, the last phase was with dumbbells. He's still getting the form down, so we never really pushed it too hard. So we never really figured out quite his 1 rep max or what it should be. So right now we're kind of feeling it out a little bit. He's still getting a little comfortable with it. We're still tweaking his form just a little bit, but it's looking good. It's looking a lot better. He's looking more confident with it. So we'll probably continue to go up just a little bit to find his kind of threshold here. So that way the next week he knows exactly what to do. He hits that weight and then just goes from there. Big Louie with the big weights. 135, good form, here we go. Reach your chin, bow forward, keep stretching those hamstrings down. Yes, extension, good. Nice, that's it, 3 reps. Alright, now it's pretty easy. 135, doing good, strong, man. How strong are you?
Not very.
Not very? I don't know,
very.
man. Hey, have confidence in yourself. Let's just say I'm strong.
I'm getting stronger.
I'm getting strong. There we go. That's good. He's humble.
Yeah.
But the confidence is there, I know. Some water?
Golden.
Yeah, you want a massage?
That'd be nice.
You want? Oh, fuck you. I'm not giving you a massage. I'm just kidding. You'll deserve one after this one. Not from me, but. So now we're doing the trap bar deadlifts. The form here is, yeah, about hip width on the stance there, as you can tell. You can grab them here. The handle's coarse. Now, it's going to be more of a vertical torso, so you really want to get those hips low. They are called a deadlift, yes, but it's not going to be a deadlift form where your hips are high. You want to push those hips low down. And you get a lot of that leg drive in there. It can be quads, a little bit of hams, glutes. Of course, a lot of the upper body too, because now you're going to have you grabbing it, gripping it, keeping it tight. 3 reps, going right into 205, 205 pounds. So we're going to get those 3 sets, 3 reps, and see how it feels. Ready for this?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. There you go, it's low, good. A lot of that leg drive, tight grip. That's it, come on. Good. That's it. Good. Push those hips. Ready? Leg drive. Up. Good. That is beautiful. That was exactly what we wanted. 90%, 1 rep max, got 3 reps, and hitting that fatigue point on that last one. How'd it feel?
It's hard.
Yeah, it was hard. It looked hard, but the form looked good. You know, chin was coming up just a bit, but it tends to do that when it's starting to get heavy because, you know, you want to kind of lead the way with your chin, which is fine. Really try to pick a spot on the floor and really, you know, get that leg drive in there, corkscrew the feet in. You know, the hips are rising up a little bit fast, but we'll kind of work on that. Other than that, it looked good, and we got 2 more sets of this. Ready to go. Good. Yep, push the hips low. There we go. Leg drive. Boom. Good. Deep breath. There we go. Oh, that's it. Grab those legs. Come on. Good. Nice. Good job, man. 205 pounds. Oh yeah. How's it feel?
Good.
Nice. You're picking up, what do you want? How much you weigh right now? Did you weigh in yet?
I haven't weighed in a while.
We haven't weighed him yet. Yeah, and Lewis's weight, he doesn't really weigh himself, which is good actually, because sometimes that can be a mental mind fuck. You know, when you weigh in and you might not be gaining as much as you want to be gaining. But we're gonna weigh in here probably pretty soon actually, now that it's the 3rd phase. But last time he weighed in, he was like 156, and he's pushing up.
I'm already like 165.
What the fuck? You said you didn't weigh in.
Well, last time I weighed in here, it was like
Shit,
165,
man.
166.
He always lies to us, this kid. Always.
Say your favorite word, Lewis.
Always.
Yeah, always. Yep, come on. That way. That's it. Nice. Watch that chin, watch that chin. Watch your chin. That's it. Good. Ready? Oop. Come on. killed that lift. Now, done with that. We got that weight just right on, so 3 sets of 3. And now we're moving on to the PROWLER sled push. We do not have a PROWLER sled, so we're gonna make a little alternative adjustment here to make sure we can actually get this exercise. And what you see here is the bench is set up. Now we're gonna use this as the PROWLER sled, and we're just gonna load some weights on the bench itself, just like so. Now this is an excellent exercise. A lot of athletes will use this because it creates a lot of power, a lot of leg drive, a lot of stabilization, and also stresses the cardiovascular system as well. So what you're gonna be doing is grabbing on the bench, get in this position, and then we're gonna push the bar, or I should say push the weight, all the way down, and then flip sides and push it back. So we're gonna get a little bit of we're gonna get a little heads up to Lewis. Lewis, you've never done this before, have you? No. Lewis is busy re-racking the weights, so it's good. He's ready to re-rack them. It's good etiquette, good gym etiquette. But we're gonna go over some PROWLER sled pushes here in a second. We're gonna re-rack the weights, courtesy of the gym here, and see you in a sec. You've never done this before, have you? No. Okay, it's pretty simple. Just get in position here. You're gonna be grabbing the bench, nice and straight with your hands. What you don't want to do is flex on the back where you're pushing, your hips are really high, you know, you're just kind of like, it's really uncomfortable. You want to get a straight, rigid back, neutral chin, and you want to get a lot of leg drive. And you're going to have some tension and torque in the shoulder and the upper back to help stabilize the movement. And you're really going to drive with the legs here. Everything else is tight. So it's pretty much a full body exercise, really. It feels like it that way when you're doing it. It's gonna be very heavy. So it's just gonna be pushing all with the legs, mainly in the balls of your feet too. So you're gonna feel a lot in the quads, a lot in the glutes, and by the time you push it all the way down, push it all the way back, you're gonna feel a little bit more, you know, you're drawing in that oxygen. So we're gonna feel this out. We're gonna pull this back. And we are not doing the 3 sets of 3. We're gonna be doing 3 sets of a distance. So we're gonna be pushing it back all the way to the T-bar row, and then you're gonna come back, turn back, and push it all the way back to here. Okay. There you go. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh, is this good?
Yep, right there. Come on. Grab those legs. There we go. Come on. That's it. Good. So breathe in. Come on. That's it. Drive through the legs. Good. Nice. Not bad, not bad. Here we go. Yep, right into it. Let's go. You got it. Come on, push those legs. Come on. There we go. A little bit of momentum in there. Keep that drive going through. That's it. Good, good. Pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Good. Nice. Yeah, how'd it feel?
Tiring?
Yeah, right? Exactly. That was good. That's exactly what we want. A little bit different than the exercises that maybe you just performed, or it's maybe just simple up and down or picking up weights. This one's a pretty good one. So yeah, nice work. If your gym does not have benches that can move, if they're just bolted to the floor, you can just take the 45-pound plates, put them on the ground, and push them on the ground too. It's gonna be a little bit different just because you're gonna have to be really low with it, like down here. It's still gonna work, but yeah, you just kind of make do with what your gym has. Hopefully it does have a PROWLER sled. If it doesn't, you can always do a bench. If it doesn't have a bench, you can always just do the plates on the floor and push from there. 2 to 3 minutes break in this phase, which is nice. Get a lot of recuperation time. This one is pretty much, it's gonna be a lot different than the lifts you just did, the front squats, the trap bar deadlifts, because those ones, the 3 rep range is not gonna test you as far as, you know, getting the oxygen in. It's really gonna hit your ATP energy pathway, which is just the beginning phases of the muscle contraction. You're not gonna use up a lot of glycogen in that sense, where it's the glycolytic pathway we were talking about in kind of the earlier videos, where there's kind of 3 different energy pathways. ATP, which is kind of the beginning phase of what you use, the simple like phosphates are where you use for muscle contraction. And then it goes into the glycolytic pathway, which is the glycogen we get from carbohydrates that stores in the muscle and the liver. We'll start using that as an energy pathway, which we did more so in the hypertrophy phases. Oxidative, now of course, that's when you're extending past the minute mark of using energy and muscle contraction, where something like an oxidative pathway would be like if you're on a treadmill and you're running. You're starting to get more, you know, that's when you're breathing heavier, you're starting to get more energy from the oxygen. So this one kind of tests that in a little bit more ways than, let's say, normal hypertrophy phase or like the list we did with the 3 rep range. So that's why you feel a little bit more out of breath. So that's why, again, the 2 to 3 minute rest times would be a little bit better. Get your breath back, get ready for the next set. So we got one more set, Luis is ready, almost. Get a little bit more break time. Then we're moving on to abs, and that's it. That's it, come on, drive through, let's go. Push, push. Good, his knees high. That's it, push through. I'll put up the weights for you. You deserve it. Good job. This is wrapped up with most of the major exercises. Now we're going to move on to some abdominal work, which we're going to do some oblique crunches. So we're going to take a weight, crunches obliques. Now this one's a little controversial sometimes. People might say like, I don't want a wider waist. Oblique crunches makes your waist wider. This is not technically true. So we're gonna do some oblique crunches and tighten those obliques up, get them strong to help stabilizing the lateral flexion of the spine. And I think Luis is ready for it. He's gonna get a break though, so and then we'll meet you over at the dumbbells. Okay. Hand on your hip, you can leave it here. I like the hand on the hip. You just be flexing laterally in the spine, bringing that shoulder down, and then crunching in. So it's gonna be, it's the opposite of what it is. So holding the weight at this point, it's gonna be this oblique that's working and contracting here. So stretching that oblique out, and then you're crunching it in. So imagine, an easy way to imagine it, much like you would do a crunch in your abdominals here, you're kind of crunching in your oblique. So even, I mean, you can't even put your hand here, and you're imagining like, this is your abdominals crunching, of course it's the oblique, but you're laterally flexing and extending here. So you're kind of crunching that oblique in, but that weight is the counterweight. Okay. So you're crunching with that weight in there. So we're gonna have to pick that up. It's gonna be 3 sets of 10 reps. So a little bit high repetitions through here. Grab them there. So, yep, you bend in that way first. Feel that stretch, and then crunch in. Crunch, good. Exactly. Deep breath. Exhaling is gonna help contract the abdominals too. So as you exhale, it's gonna tighten that up and help with the contraction. So it's a good habit to get into. Nice, 10 reps. Good. Yep, try not to do too much in the hips. Keep the hips really stable. Just on the oblique stat. There we go. Very nice.
Go on the other side?
Yep. Go right on the other side. You got it. Really wants to look himself in the mirror. Sometimes that helps. Yep. There he is. He's gonna start winking at himself and blowing kisses. Sometimes that helps too. Right, Luis?
Yeah.
Always. That's it. Watch the hips though. Don't get too much movement. There we go, yeah. No hips. And this one is not all on the hips. It's definitely on the spinal movement. That's it. Yeah. There we go. Pretty easy. Nice breathing. Controlled breathing in abdominal exercise is very key. Of course, it's key with all the other exercises too, but especially in abdominals because as you exhale, that's going to help contract the abdominal muscles, or in this case, the obliques. And so good job on the breathing. It's always a good habit to get into because the more you do it, good habits, the more you do it, builds a good habit, and then in the future, you don't even think about it. You just do it right?
Yep.
Always. Yeah. That's it. Luis is done. He just finished up some oblique crunches. That finishes the lower body 3x3. He's gonna take a break. So tomorrow he gets off, and then we're gonna continue the phase with more upper body and then lower body after that. Just kind of upper, lower, upper, lower. But Luis's his schedule now, we're gonna get the break in between the 2 days and then continue on his next 2 days after he gets a day. What are you gonna do on your day off?
Probably sleep in.
Sleep in. That probably feels good. Now sleep.
Go to school.
And go to school, of course. But sleep is important. And Luis is pretty good at that. He's always meeting us right on the dot. At well, we switched up the schedule. We used to meet at like 6 a.m.
Now it's 7:30.
Yeah, now it's 7:30 because he's got some more time in his schedule, which is good. Get a little bit more sleep.
Yep.
But enough jibber jabber. We just finished up lower body. How do you feel?
Fantastic.
Fan-fucking-tastic, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So what do we tell him? Stay buff.
Stay buff. Always.
Always. There we go. That's it.